Dr. Solberg, you are 355,510 days overdue for your meeting with Mr. Fowler. Please proceed to the 35th floor.
Wait. 350,000. That's hundreds of years ago. What's going on?
Well, we're on basement level 18. Guess that elevator's not working. Oh, that's not good. I thought that was the floor, and it's just changing, and it's not telling me anything. These terminals give me anything? No.
Protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, quantum encryption, black quartz stuff, way beyond military grade. That's what you demanded, so that's what we delivered.
You don't code something you can't crack. All we need is a backdoor. Upload the latest service pack update and the problem goes away.
You specifically forbade us from leaving anything resembling a backdoor in code. Every protocol to black quartz standard. Your words. Look. If you need me to fudge some projections, it's nothing we haven't done before.
I don't need fudged projections. I need a way to reassert control over the Heart's Timor swarm.
I don't know what to tell you, Ted. You're asking the impossible.
So, codes. They needed codes of some kind to control the machines. But they got out of control. Sounds bad.
Yeah, I did that quest. Son of a biscuit, now I need the turkey bone. No, I did get the spear upgrade, but I don't have a spear that I can attach things to. So here, if I do corrupted zones, I've done that one, side, completed a daughter's vengeance in her mother's footsteps. I got a spear damage boost, but I don't have an editable spear. Oh, where are my rats at? Some rat bones.
Or a statue of one, anyway. A machine built to kill. And they honored it?
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problems of tomorrow are being solved today. With over 25,000 human employees based in nations and corporate holdings across the globe, Faro leads the world in every sector of self-sustaining, fully automated technology. From revolutionary consumer products close to home, like the Faro Focus, to the dynamic chariot line of peacekeeping robots halting bloodshed in conflict zones across the globe, Faro remains committed to making the future smarter, brighter, safer, and always surprising. Faro Automated Solutions. For every problem of life, a smart solution.
So they made the Focus. 25,000 people? That's bigger than a tribe. So they made machines and devices.
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problems of tomorrow are being solved today. With over 25,000...
Okay, no, we already heard your spiel. Reception log. Field Commandant dating to the Agricultural Combine arrived with his delegation. Refreshments to be served before their 10:15 a.m. sales presentation on the Chariot line. Per instructions, food will be vegetarian only. Xander Agnew, Vice President Territorial Integrity from Fresh Grounds Coffee Global, arrived with his entourage. Refreshments to be served before their 10:30 a.m. sales presentation at the Chariot line. Per instructions, we'll use Fresh Grounds Tacoma blend, no artificial creamers. 10:12. So that happened. Called security and janitorial to clean up the coffee that was spilled. Actually, more like thrown. It wasn't aware that the Indo-Malay Combine grows coffee beans, and that Fresh Grounds acquisition team has tried to take their fields by force repeatedly. I think the commandant dying had Agnew by the hair for a second there. Who schedules these things? I'm going to drop a line to sales. This can't happen again. Ah, so they were, rivals, each there for a sales presentation to hopefully get chariot lines to protect them from each other. Nice. Okay.
What was this place? What were they doing here?
It was a corporation. A group of people not unlike a tribe. And they made machines.
Yeah, go on.
I've uploaded some data files to your Focus. They'll help you understand.
Oh, jeez. Right to inform you the worst field's been realized. The Wichita salient has collapsed and our position will be overrun in less 24 hours. Exfiltration transport is not available. If you wish to abandon the facility and try to lock on foot, you may do so. Lock 2 will be will unseal at 2100 hours. Remain unsealed for 15 minutes. Godspeed. For those who rather not die on our feet, there will be a gathering meeting room at 2200 hours, and Nurse Chana will make means available. Okay. Elizabeth Sorbach. March 11, 2020, is an American scientist, roboticist, and engineer, widely regarded as one of the greatest minds of the 21st century. Born and raised outside Carson City, Nevada, she enrolled at Stanford University at age 13. Earning a BS in experimental physics and computer science at age 16, she completed her PhD in robotics and artificial intelligence design at Carnegie Mellon University in 2040, and joined Faro Automated Solutions as a junior scientist the same year, quickly rising to chief scientist at the age of 22. Over the next 8 years, her green robot designs played a vital role in realizing the environmental cleanup and detoxification efforts of the clawback decade, propelling FAST to the forefront of the field. In 2048, she suddenly resigned from FAST, protesting the company's pivot to automated military technologies. In 2049, she founded Mirum Technologies, a firm devoted to life-positive robotics and other technologies. Mirum has since become one of the world's largest suppliers of green robots, winning numerous awards and accolades, including the 2053 Nobel Prize for Physics and the 2056 Rachel Carson Award for Environmental Progress. Theodore Ted Farrow is an American entrepreneur and business magnate. He is the founder of Farrow Automated Solutions, the largest corporation of all time, the world's wealthiest individual and first ever trillionaire. Born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah, he enrolled at University of California, Los Angeles, where he studied business for 2 years before dropping out in 2033 to start Fast. Though it struggled at first, the company broke through at the end of the troubled 2030s with its popular line of personal servitors and bodyguard bots. Then exploded when its famous line of green robots led the race to solve the climate crisis in the early 2040s clawback. At the end of that decade, FAST opened a military defensive branch dominating the world market for automated military platforms by 2053. The success of FAST has made Mr. Farrow the world's best-known businessman, one of its most sought-after speakers, and a major voice in politics, culture, and international affairs. Automated Solutions is an American multinational corporate entity that produces robots for all walks of life, though its core business consists of military and defense contracts. As of 2063, FAST is ranked number 1 above Fortune 5 by gross revenue and profit for 10 years in a row, a world record. Founded in 2033 by Theodore Ted Farrow, an entrepreneur from Salt Lake City, Utah, the company developed several promising robot prototypes in the early years, but failed to break into the market dominated by then industrial giants like General Synthetics and RecCorp. This changed in 2038 with the debut of the Alfred line of levitating personal servitors, which generated exceptional sales, lifting the company onto the Fortune 50 for the first time. Profits tripled in the 2040s as the company's environmental efforts, led by the famed engineer Elizabeth Sobeck, catapulted FAST to the head of that sector. In 2049, in the wake of successful green and climate effort cleanups around the world, worldwide approval ratings of FAST exceeded 90%, and founder Ted Farrow was hailed across media and social networks as the man who saved the world. Yet his emergence of FAST as a military contractor in the late 2040s that cemented its status as the world's wealthiest corporation with a record market capitalization of over $23 trillion. By 2055, FAST controlled 61% of the market share for automated military platforms, holding contracts with 353 nations, trans-governmental organizations, and corporate entities. Today, its holdings exceed the second largest corporation, FB Mobile Global, by 321%. Corporation. Noun. An association of individuals created under authority of law having existence, powers, and liabilities distinct from those of its members. Its business sense. A corporation is usually owned by shareholders through the sale or distribution of stock, whose profit from such ownership will vote at designated times for its governance and designate executives who run its affairs. Most corporations engage in one or more industries, produce goods, or offer services for profit, and may in turn own other corporations, companies, or property or holdings. Where they want me to go, then I need to go this way.
Now I know this must seem like a bizarre change in direction. I mean, we're Farrow Automated Solutions, right? #1 robotics firm in the world. Why would we clear our production slate to fabricate human-operated vehicles and weapon systems, the relics of the past? All I can say at this juncture is, trust me. We will be exploiting a massive, growth opportunity by retooling and reallocating capacity according to my plan. So I will need revised projections of mass fabrication velocity across every pipeline within 36 hours.
So they were making machines, and they stopped to make other kinds of weapons? Why?
Because they lost control of the machines and needed to stop them.
Be prepared. The air. No smell to it. Not even old death. Nothing natural.
Hey, reception, if that is your real name. Want to know who's scheduled in delay next to Fresh Grounds? That would be me, Senior VP of Sales. Want to know why? After that little hair-pulling incident, both sides increased their bids by 40%. I'll explain because your receptionist level brain probably requires it. Those two sides are fighting. And what do we sell? That's right, combat machines. We want them to hate each other. So they'll try to fight each other with what? That's right again, combat machines. Which is why they pay us a lot of money for. So I suggest you go back serving coffee with a blank smile and let me do my much more complicated job. Thanks a bunch. Mr. Friedkin to you.
Another cave-in. But I could get through.
Oh, whoa.
Looks like I can climb here. I bet I can use that as a ramp to get back up.
Andy. Campus log. High priority alert. All non-essential systems have entered hibernation. Automatic lockdown. Full lockdown has been initialized. Due to the increased frequency of violent protests targeting campus, security of fast employees can no longer be guaranteed. Therefore, we have taken the difficult decision to shutter this facility indefinitely. Staff will be briefed on a block-by-block basis regarding proper procedure for archiving and/or disposal of project-related data and materials. ISEC and a crisis team will then conduct exit review before all areas are locked down. High priority alert. Priority messaging to all staff of E and F blocks. Treat the current lockdown situation as an exercise, but do not attempt to release the hatches or otherwise exit the buildings. High priority alert. A reminder that why HiSec personnel remain committed to employee safety during this current unfortunate events. Personal firearms must be relinquished when presenting for identiscan. High priority alert. Additional public access roads en route to the campus have now been closed to relieve waiting time at the outer security cordons. HiSec reminds all staff that the campus remains off limits to the public. High priority alert. Following recent campus security issues, all staff are reminded the presentation for identiscan and displaying your security badge prominently at all times for image analytics are both mandatory. High priority alert. In light of recent acts of terrorism directed at the rapid transit system, HiSec now offers a Big Brother initiative to accompany staff traveling from off-site. Sign up is required and strongly encouraged. 48 more entries in high priority. All additional entries corrupted.
So people were angry at Faro, at the corporation. They blamed this place for something. Something bad.
Spiritual Summit. Recent events have sharpened my perspective. I think that and FAS in general, have been neglecting the spiritual side of things, not only under a specific religious framework, of course, but in a more general sense, as in not giving enough thought to our shared values, hopes, and aspirations for the afterlife. I'd like you to reach out to the religious leaders of every stripe with the intention of scheduling a conference soon. Very soon. I'll have more thoughts about the agenda later, but for now, let's put some feelers and see how we can lock something in. Make it a big tent, no kooks, but anything with a credible audience. Let's go deluxe, make it clear we'll spare no expense. Thanks, Ted.
The ACA-3 Scarab combines conventional and information warfare capabilities in one package, designed for high-speed, all-terrain reconnaissance. It boasts the world's highest survivability rating of any Scout-class autonomous agent. Maybe it's the Scarab's emergency biomass conversion systems that ensure it always makes it back to base, even if fuel supply lines have been interdicted. Or maybe it's the Scarab's ability to slave enemy robots to its own network. Now that's force multiplication. Add a prehensile manipulator arm that can handle a host of functions, from 360-degree less lethal riot management to surgical repairs of Allied chariot line models. And you've got the workhorse of any cutting-edge peacekeeping fleet.
The Corruptor. Slave enemy robots to its own network. It sounds like it's talking about how it corrupts machines.
The BOR-7 Horus. Imagine your complete engagement ecosystem comprehensively managed by a high-speed learning machine network. Whether your need is to replace battlefield losses or intensify force projection, the Horus's onboard manufacturing capabilities mean you'll never get stuck waiting for the next arms delivery. Simply redefine your force parameters, and the Horus will fabricate additional units to fill the ranks for an affordable per-unit licensing fee. Meanwhile, the biomass conversion systems of other chariot line models allow them to keep the Horus fueled, repaired, and ready, extending its operational tolerances beyond that of any competing Titan-class platform. That's the Horus advantage. Always regulating, always ready. The future of automated warfare made real today.
The Metal Devil. So these were Faro machines too. Manufacturing capabilities. They can make more of themselves. Then how would you ever stop them?
The FSP-5 Kopesh provides a one-size-fits-all solution to main battle force capability. Metamaterial construction delivers unmatched recoil dampening, allowing you to field any weapon package that conforms to your budget needs and conflict resolution profile. Patented biomass conversion systems allow extended emergency operations with minimal environmental impact. Multilinear target processing provides simultaneous real-time threat analysis and legal review for autonomous domestic operations. Or control can be slaved to the swarm's neural network for weapons-free force application. Either way, when it's time to call out the big guns, it's time to call Kopesh.
The Deathbringer. So this was the heavy hitter. Main battle force indeed. Looks like the way up. What's left of it. That'd be a long way up. Frozen metal most of the way. Not making this easy, Dr. Sobek.
It was
Plants
not
can
Dr.
find a way to
Sobek who
hang
did
on up
this.
here. Guess I can too.
Not what I meant to do. Oh, I guess I could have kept going and up, and okay. They both got me the same spot, so.
This began when they engaged in unauthorized offensive operations against robots and human personnel of the Hartz Timor Energy Combine. Now, I wish that I could relate that the crisis has been exaggerated, but it's not. The Peacekeepers have not responded to stand-down codes, and by all signs, they appear to be replicating at a precipitous rate. Now, what I can promise you, can absolutely assure you, is that I am already devoting every possible resource towards reaching a speedy conclusion to this issue. So when you hear the bad talk about us against this company in the days, maybe weeks to come, just bear in mind that we will get past this. That a day's coming when none of this will matter.
Peacekeepers. That's what they called their machines. They were built for war, not peace. I can't spare the weight.
You know, ever heard of that Melville Island Fruit Association? Neither had I until they filed suit against us this morning. Apparently there's a little island paradise off the coast of Australia, population 2,700, all of whom hate us. Now that a stray Hartz Timor unit is chowing down on the largest mango orchard, brings the official count of Harmore Timor-related lawsuits to 127, most of them from private companies, but also a bunch from individuals, nation-states, and NGOs. That's not even counting the mother of all liability claims from Hartz itself. Call every external firm we've ever used, then call their competitors. We're going to need every corporate defense lawyer we can find who's still half sober and on the bar.